It's 2017, and we are going to talk about Arsenal. That's right, I said 2017. We've gone to the future. Plutonium. Oh, Marty. Brian Lee to my... I am Brian Lee. Yeah. Had a stroke there. To my left is...
Brandan.
Right. Christopher Lee. Very good. And this episode, we will be drinking the best beer.
Dark Lord beer.
Dark Lord beer.
Do you want to explain that story or no?
Did we ever explain that or no?
I don't think in an episode we have.
No. Okay. I think we just say it.
Yeah, we do say a lot.
So this was 2 years ago. Went to Dark Lord Festival. Amon Amarth, the Swedish metal band, played, and in his kind of broken English, he's just like, "We are here at the Dark Lord Festival, and we are going to drink the beer, the best beer, Dark Lord beer." So I pretty much made fun of that for the remaining
ever since then.
Yeah. So, you guys, do you want to? So. Do one of you want to explain why we're jumping forward? Because this has a lot of wax on it, so it's going to take me a second. Here.
So
I'm just going to make noises in the background here.
Related.
Oh yeah.
Bullshit.
Listen to last week's episode, episode 11, to get that joke. So I'm actually looking at the Arsenal Wikipedia page now, and it says also known as Southern Fury.
Yeah, I wondered.
They should have called it that from the beginning.
Does it make more sense?
It sounds more awesome.
No, why would they even call it that?
Southern Fury. Yes.
Are they in the South?
Yeah, it's New Orleans again.
Is it?
Not New Orleans, Biloxi. Not Biloxi.
Oh,
it's somewhere.
yeah.
It's around that area.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know at one point they're like, we should run away to California. I was like, aren't you in California?
No, it was the whole New Orleans, Mississippi-ish, North Louisiana-ish area.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so dark.
The dark beer.
The darkest beer.
Oh dear. I lost my page. So basically, last week, episode 11, we covered Deadfall, which was made in 83, right?
Oh, 93.
93, yeah.
93.
We're out of the 80s. That was like Valley Girl.
Back in time.
So yeah, 93, did Deadfall. It's a movie about lots of cons. Yeah, I see what I did there. But in that movie, besides the usual...
He's there dancing.
Besides the usual convertibles and nudity and Nicolas Cage acting crazy, his character Eddie King is also in this movie, this 2017 film Arsenal. So that's why we're kind of skipping around and doing these, doing Deadfall and Arsenal back to back, just because it's in the shared universe.
Same world, same universe,
kind of. And without spoiling anything. That's the thing. This movie isn't a prequel and it's not a sequel.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out. If it happened before, I'm like, this didn't happen before.
Can we point out that in the previous movie, Deadfall, Eddie, I guess they never alluded to whether he died or not, but his face
melted.
Was severely disfigured by being put into a deep fryer.
Right. Yes.
And then his face is just totally cool.
That's why I just think it's a complete just used his character.
Yeah.
They're just
I did, on the way here, I was thinking, because he's got some weird makeup, like the nose is like putty nose and whatever. So I was like, oh, was that to be like, oh, he got face surgery or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll just stick with that. He did get face surgery. Okay. He never died because it's Nick Cage.
Yeah.
So, starting off.
So I believe it starts off with it's Mike. So the main characters are Mikey and JP.
Yes.
And they're
JP played by Vince from Entourage.
I never watched Entourage.
I watched the first season, and then and then Mikey is played by Jonathan Sheck. What is he known for?
I recognize him, so I know I've seen him in something. I just couldn't tell you what.
Oh yeah, he did look familiar.
Yeah. And I wasn't gonna look that up.
No, me neither. My time is precious.
Yeah, exactly.
He was an 8mm too.
Oh, is Nicolas Cage in 8mm too?
I know he's in the first one.
Yeah.
8mm too.
No, I don't think Nicolas Cage was in 8mm too.
That's too bad.
So Mikey and JP and then a friend, they're walking towards the arcade,
Right.
And Mikey,
The older brother.
yep, he gives his friend a bunch of quarters.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then JP's like, oh, give me a quarter. Oh, I'm so burpy
Oh
already.
my goodness. The best burger.
He's like, oh, give me a quarter. And then Mikey like kind of acts like he's going to give him a quarter.
Takes it away and hits him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, first he's like a nice brother. Like, oh, he's going to give him the
Right.
Then he's a mean brother.
Yes.
So I never grew up with brothers. So I don't know if brothers are always like that, like just dicks to each other.
Yeah, he did that constantly. Just slap me and just like,
Well, okay. Now I know.
Nerd.
Oh, God, yeah.
So they're kind of just like, oh, these are where these kids hang out. Is this at this arcade and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So then it goes to like this other scene to where they're headed home from the arcade, and the brother. Oh, so the kids, they live with their grandparents.
Well, I think the one guy was the uncle.
yes.
Because I remember that from later in the movie when they said it was his uncle.
Yes.
But that
Correct.
looked like a grandma in the,
But
in
he
the
was kind
chair.
of like an older.
Yeah,
That's a gray hair.
Old uncle.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, they said uncle.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I saw it,
wait.
I thought, yeah.
Oh, but actually, before that, they kind of allude to the fact where, like, oh, Mikey's a dick to him, but he always like watches. He's like, I'm hungry,
Right.
and he's like,
yeah.
here's a fucking
Which-
microwave dinner. Yeah.
So-
That microwave was fantastic.
But here's the thing. So that's one of my first notes is that it looks like they have a lot of quarters for the arcade. So it's like, oh, they have money. And then they go home and like, oh, there's nothing to eat. I'm hungry. So
right.
like, you just spent a couple of bucks at the arcade.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Because you do come to
It's your own
find out
downfall.
that Mikey, the older brother, does have some odd jobs around the area and does get some money.
He mows lawns.
He mows lawns. What was the other one?
He works for Eddie.
Well, not yet. But
Okay, not
No, he works for Eddie.
right from the beginning.
Right from the beginning?
Yeah.
That is right, because right after this part, which I got to say about that microwave, I had a Montgomery Ward microwave growing up, and it was just a dial, and you just turn it to the time, and that was it. There were no buttons or anything. It's like you want 2 minutes, you want
Hold
15.
on. Back up. Do you guys ever use any of the other buttons on your microwave?
No.
No.
The timer maybe, but that's about it.
I mean, I use
90% of the time, it's the 30-second button.
Right. Same here.
yeah.
I will use the defrost button every now and then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every now and then.
I don't.
It doesn't work well.
And I'm just like,
Really, Mr. Popcorn? You don't use popcorn? The
no,
popcorn
how
button?
do I use the popcorn button?
Hey, chill out,
Well,
dude.
the thing is, though, I don't want these microwave companies telling me how long I have to cook my popcorn for.
Fucking microwave lobby.
I
Trying to keep us down.
I put my popcorn in and I test it. I figure like, okay, this takes about 2 minutes 45 seconds. That the popcorn I buy, that's how long it takes. That microwave I have is 2 minutes 45 seconds.
So you just buy the
trial
same
and error.
brand every single time.
No. If it's the same size bag, 245.
Regardless of brand. It's always
regardless of
245.
brand. If it's a smaller bag, 230.
Oh.
Just trial and error. Because what if I hit the popcorn button?
Burnt popcorn is the worst.
it is.
That's
Smells
why. That's
worse,
why I try to. I figure it out because say you don't know it's a new microwave and you throw your bag and you hit the popcorn button. How do you know it's not going to be like an hour? Which of course I know it's not going to be an hour. But the
Nothing
point,
should be in the microwave
well,
for an hour.
yeah, but like it's like you don't know if it's going to cook it, and I don't want to stand there and like monitor it. I want my 245 and I want my popcorn.
A go-to treat for me when I was younger, which is why I was a fat kid, was microwave popcorn and then melted peanut butter and jelly poured inside the popcorn.
When did you do that?
It was
Middle school or earlier?
like back when we lived in Brookfield.
I
I don't
really.
remember that at all.
I'm probably going to be having that soon.
Dude,
so
it's
thank
just
you.
fucking
Do you have
good.
those supplies?
It's good,
No,
dude. Like
I have
you
peanut
melt
butter,
it,
but I
melt
don't
it, and
have
you just
the-
pour it in there.
Yeah.
Dude. It's really
Wait, how do you
good.
melt it? Just the jar in the microwave?
You also put that stuff in the microwave. Yeah.
At the same time? Just like all
I
three
do
things? Or,
separate.
okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That sounds like it'd be good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Nothing healthy about it. But
Hey, that peanut butter's got protein.
And jelly's got fruit.
Exactly. and popcorn's got corn. It's a vegetable.
There you
So it's
go.
all healthy then.
Yes, exactly.
Circle of life, bro.
You're damn right.
So then they're coming home from the arcade, and Mikey goes inside first, and he opens up the door, and there's just like chunks on the wall.
Yeah. It seemed like there was more blood and gore than could be inside of one person.
Right.
Yeah, it was really messy.
But here's the other thing. I mean, it must have just happened.
Oh, because it was dripping.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. They didn't really had a chance to coagulate, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
Well, when blood starts to thicken up.
Or dry up. Yeah, sure.
Ah, well, great.
So it's
Who's the doctor?
So the uncle, I guess, I thought it was the grandpa. The uncle shot himself in the head with a shotgun. What happened with the aunt? Did she?
They did not.
She was never
Yeah.
in the picture.
You saw.
No, she was there on the couch.
They showed her once in the beginning, and I don't remember seeing her ever again.
Oh.
The only thing I can think of is he shot her and then shot himself. I don't know. I don't remember seeing her again. Or maybe I was just like kind of looking at other stuff. I really don't know.
Distracted by a bird out the window or something.
I just like how it's like I wrote, that's gross. Be sure not to call the cops, because he was kind of just like walking around after that.
Who was walking around?
Mikey. Remember, he sees it, goes, and that's when he leaves the house after he sees this, and that's when JP is still standing out there.
JP's the younger one?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And Mikey pulls out all these quarters and says, "Here, play."
go to the arcade.
And JP's like, "What do you mean take your quarters?
Right.
You never do." And Mikey yells like, "Take the quarters.
Go to the
and
arcade
now."
Right.
And JP's like, "Sure, let's go." And that's when Mikey goes, was he at the arcade? Like, how did he get to where he was? I don't remember, because that's when he starts walking through all the plastic hanging
the
from the
plastic tunnels and stuff
ceiling.
like that. And that's where he sees.
Where was that?
I have no
I don't know.
idea.
Okay.
It seemed like it's a part of the
For some
world.
time I was like, was that in the same building as the arcade or
Yeah,
something?
because he was walking through the arcade,
Yeah.
and then he ended up in like a bar or a strip club. Remember when it started playing like different music, and then it went to him walking through the plastic hanging. He had to move the plastic around.
Lots of plastic in this movie, by the way.
Yes.
And then there's this guy. He comes across Eddie with some goons, and these goons are beating this guy tied to a chair.
Right.
So they're beating this guy, and then Nick Cage, Eddie, who looks just like Eddie from '93, a little bit older, but looks very similar.
He looks
Wait,
more.
Eddie from '93. Wait, what? What'd you just say? He looks like what?
Isn't that his
like-
name? Eddie
yeah.
from '93.
From Deadfall.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what did I do?
But instead of, but he looks more like Tony Clifton now.
Yes. Yes. Fantastic.
So,
So the guy in the chair, Eddie has a pipe.
yes.
And he's telling the guy to open his mouth.
Yeah.
It got brutal
And
fast.
and he puts the pipe in his mouth. The guy's, you see his teeth biting down on
Anything
the pipe.
with teeth fucks
Yeah,
me
oh,
up,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like American History X. Like, I'm just like,
Yes.
oh, fuck that noise.
So and the kid's watching. Mikey's watching this, and Eddie has a bat in his hand, and he didn't really say anything to this guy, Eddie, with the bat.
Yeah.
And he just takes it and he swings it. And I don't know, did he hit? They didn't show him
didn't show.
hitting, so he most likely hit the pipe.
That's what's
Yeah,
you're
to
led
mess
to
up
believe.
his deal. And then Mikey sees it, and then that's when did Mikey make a noise or something? Because that's when
I think he gasped.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Eddie turns and sees him. Mikey runs. Eddie finds a way. He just cuts him off and says, "Oh, hey, Mike, what's going on,
Right.
man?" And Mike's, "Oh, nothing." I
didn't see nothing.
Yeah, what'd you see? He's like, "I didn't see nothing. Are you sure? Sure, you didn't say anything? Look like something was going on." He's like, "No." He's like, Mikey just gets this like stone face. He's like, "I didn't see anything," and that's
Right.
when Eddie's like. He's like, good. He's like, we don't like no one. It's like something about like no one's ever sees anything. Like, don't talk type thing. And he's like, hey, Mikey. He's like, he talked. That kind of thing, like saying like if you talk, that's gonna happen to you.
Yep.
And it was just like, ooh, okay, it got very intense there.
So the next scene is they're like at the baseball field, and Mikey's talking like he's like, "Oh, I'm working for Eddie. I don't have time to mow lawns."
Right.
So he's like, "Yeah, I'll give you
Like
my
the lawnmower was right there.
Yeah.
This could be yours someday." He's like, this is a good way for you to earn money and quarters for the arcade and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Isn't it a shame that arcades aren't a thing anymore?
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a few. Galloping Ghost.
Well, I mean, like, I know they're a thing, but like, it's not like the
you
thing
can't
that
go down the
every
block.
kid
Yeah,
does on the
right,
weekend.
yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, because if anything, when you go to those places, it's mostly older people.
Yeah, yeah. It is. I remember Galaxy World. It was on North Avenue in like Glendale Heights area, Illinois.
Yeah.
And well, because I don't know, some people might not be listening from here,
true.
you know. And all the time they had a little carousel. It was the coolest place. No, it's not even there anymore. Building's gone.
Oh.
Very sad.
I did find out we have listeners in France. I
Weird.
saw that. I was like,
Thank you, France.
weird.
Yeah.
Strange.
I was gonna say I like something in France, but I'm sorry.
I love French fries.
Yeah, I really.
Croissants.
I love those croissants.
I'm just gonna say Christ ants. So it kind of jumps forwards where, because I guess, is there like an overdub there where he's just like, oh, you know, that's where, you know, Mikey kind of put the work ethic in me, you know, to like
I
work
thought
for
it just
myself.
jumped.
Yeah, because it jumps forward to like where it's it shows like JP
Construction,
Right.
whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So JP, he owns his own construction company. You know, he runs the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah. Well, he's got the partner, but you could tell that
Right,
he's not
yeah,
really.
he's
He's
the-
not in
he's the
charge.
head
He's the head
honcho.
honcho.
It shows him doing
Yeah,
boss
yeah.
things.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
get him out of here.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta get this done.
Yeah,
you know? And then he's like, oh, you coming back? I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
the boss.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's 23 laters. And then all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but then I believe the next scene is where it shows Mikey is like back in town. But wait, how does it show that? Oh, because he walks off to the baseball field. Right?
I think so.
And they're. And
I just remember them being at the baseball field.
Right.
Yeah.
There was no like introduction to Mikey.
Yeah.
It was just they're playing baseball now.
Yeah, like he hits a home run.
Yeah, JP throws it. Mikey
Yeah.
hits a home run. He's jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mikey's jacked.
cut.
They say
Yeah.
he was in the Marines or whatever
yeah,
at some point.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's got like
yeah.
the Semper Fi tattoo or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
or something like that.
So he hits home run and then they're sitting and talking. Now it's just the part where he's telling what JP tells Mikey, because Mikey, he's having trouble. You know, he's back.
Right.
Things aren't working out for him. And this is where JP's like, you know, there's always a job.
Right.
There's always a job for you. And I'm thinking, movie could have ended here because Mikey could have been like, really great, thanks. He's got a job. Done.
Yep.
What else is there?
The end.
Well, really, because I don't like when movies like give the person like an out
Yeah.
and then be like, well, I don't really want to. I'd rather like do all this other stupid stuff and have you come save me than you give me a job.
Right.
When
Well, it's kind of like horror movies where it's like
yeah,
you can walk through the door that has the noise coming behind it,
Right.
Or the main character can just walk away and the movie's over.
And horror movies, I'm fine with it in that because they're supposed to be dumb because that's always been the trope, right?
Yeah.
Well, since the early 80s.
Just because it's a trope doesn't mean it's good.
Well, it
but-
doesn't mean it's good, but it's expected. And this, you don't expect it in like action type movies, as I don't. And it happens a lot. Not
Is
a
this
lot.
an action? Yeah, it is an
I'd
action.
say
movie.
more than not, it's an action, you know? So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just old curmudgeon. You like that word?
I do.
Good.
Very much so. So yeah, he's like, oh, I always have a job. JP's saying to Mikey, oh yeah, I always got a job for you. And then it shows the next scene is where Mikey is at like a pawn shop or like a gun shop, and he's trying
Yeah.
to pawn off like a gun, a Glock, is
Glock,
it? A
yeah.
Glock. And
Which
he's like,
the shop owner has way too many
Yeah, way
of.
too many
yeah.
Glocks.
And then he's trying to pawn off a flashbang grenade.
Right. Yeah.
Flash what?
Yeah, he's
flash,
like,
what?
what the hell is this? He's like, oh, it's for SWAT team.
Yeah.
And like, well, people don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah.
He's like, there's a market for it. He's like, well, if they don't know what
Right.
it is,
Well, and the guy's like, what do you say? Like, I'll give you $50 for it or something.
Right.
And the guy's like it's
700.
6,000.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like 6,000. And the guy's like, well, I'll do the best I can do is 600.
Right.
And I don't remember if he sold it or not.
no.
And
No.
Oh, that's right, dog.
So angry.
Come on.
Well, it's because because later on, how did he come across money? Mikey's got nothing.
Right.
Oh no!
He gets it from
The loan from his brother.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
Everything's coming together.
So then it cuts to Mikey's apart. I think Mikey's still living at his uncle and aunt's place, I think.
He must have just had he got the house.
Right.
He must have just been in the family or something.
Yeah.
So he's living
How
there.
long has he been out of the Marines?
If I had to guess, I would say recent. It seems like he just got back.
Okay.
If I had to guess, but they don't say.
Yeah.
So
Because he seems older, but I don't know.
Yeah.
The timeline's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little wonky.
But it shows him being all suicidal and stuff like that. And that's that.
Yeah.
And then,
Pretty much.
and then JP's walking out of his house, getting ready to go to work, and John Cusack pulls up.
Yeah.
All right.
Is John Cusack a cop?
Yes.
Yes.
Undercover.
Yeah, it took me a while to realize that too.
He's a detective.
Okay.
He's
I would say like our narcotics unit type thing.
The Wikipedia says he's a plainclothes officer.
Yeah.
Who's always dressed in all black in the fucking dead heat of summer.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you can wear like navy blue or something. Like,
But then you'd have to wear blue.
okay.
But he could be wearing black.
Because he's almost the parallels in how John Cusack looks in this movie and how like later years Steven Seagal looks are eerily similar.
Yeah, think about that. I like that a lot.
I'm a police officer. Did you ever watch that show when he's a police officer in New Orleans?
No, I knew it'd be very
Steve Seagal,
difficult.
not John
Yeah,
Cusack.
Yeah.
I feel you, brother. Yo, man, you Steven Seagal. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, hombre.
Listen, if I really don't want you talking bad because Steven Seagal will show up here one day and he will take us all out.
Yeah, with his floppy arms, like doing this stupid shit.
I don't want to get hurt a little bit.
I don't want to get welts. So, and I mean, what is John Cusack? I mean, what's it like? He's just like,
So he,
as far as I know, that could have been the other little kid
that's what I was wondering.
because they seem really close, don't they? Like,
Well, and
what's the reasoning for him being really close to John Cusack?
I forget if
Could
it was
be a
in the
little
movie
kid.
or Wikipedia or IMDb, whatever. But yeah, they say that, they've been friends with John Cusack since childhood.
I figured it was.
So I was like, wait, is he like the third kid that Mikey
just
was
what I
eating
thought.
quarters to or something? But like, that kid had curly blonde hair and John Cusack has straight black hair. So I was like, no.
Yeah. Well, I just take it as it was a kid from their past.
Yeah,
right. But
all.
Went to school with her.
Yeah.
but then he was like, wasn't he saying something about like something going down or something like that? Or no, wasn't there?
John Cusack or? Yeah. I don't know. John Cusack
this
in
is
this
where
movie.
he said he
Go.
found out. Oh God, I'm dying. He found out that Mikey bought coke.
Yes.
And
That's what it was.
he's like, I talked to him, but because he's a cop, he's like, I'm not looking to bust your brother.
Right.
I don't want him to get killed. That's what he was like doing. Like he's kind of giving JP a heads up. Hey,
he found out that he bought the
hey, go
coke.
talk to
Right.
your brother. That's what made me think. Okay, John Cusack's like narcotics detective guy, undercover type guy.
Well, yeah, that and he knows all the junkies and stuff later on in the movie.
Right.
So then the next scene is they're at a baseball game.
Yes,
I can't remember the team's name.
I think it seemed like it was like a minor league, right? It seemed like a minor
it's
league
definitely-
game.
yeah, it's a minor
Or a
league.
made-up team.
Yeah.
It started with an S. I forget. Not important.
Right. So Mikey is able to meet up with JP and his wife at the game,
Everyone's having a good time.
and like Mikey's super knowledgeable about like the facts of the game or whatever. He's like, oh, watch this. I told you that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And like, woo, like the home team is doing really good.
Yeah, go
And,
sports.
but then like
Sports ball.
But then the big meathead guy behind him is he's like, oh, your team's a bunch of. Okay, first off, that guy's a fucking terrible actor.
Yes.
The meathead guy, he's like, your team's a bunch of losers.
It seems like they just found her like a guy at the gym.
Yes.
And they're like, hey, you want to be in a movie?
Right.
And he's like, hey, movie, why not? Yo.
He's like,
He sounds just like that.
your team's losers. He's like, hey, what's
The
up?
best beer.
And he's like, why don't you make me? And so like Mikey and meathead guy get into it. And then what? He punches him or
Yeah, Mikey. So I didn't get like the parallel, but Mikey punches him, and at the same time, the home team hits a home run.
Oh yeah.
So everyone's cheering and like. I didn't
he
get.
punches up and then they turn around and they act like no security. Like I've been in venues where I've seen fights. Even pretty much before a punch is thrown, security is there.
Right.
And so it was just like, not realistic at all. It's like, I'm punching this guy behind me and I'm going to turn on and watch
league,
again.
though.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
But it's like they showed so many, like they showed like the batter like hitting the home run and like going to first, and like they showed so many like scenes of the team celebrating the home run. I was like, are there parallels between like Mikey punching the guy in the home run?
Well, Mikey always hits home runs. That's been that was like an underlying thing.
No, don't don't do that credit. No.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm trying. I'm really digging deep here. I'm trying to help the movie. There's nothing really. Because you're like,
I mean,
no. So then I believe the next scene is where it's the guys breaking into Mikey's apartment to steal the coke.
Yeah. And then Mikey, he realizes someone's breaking in. He runs to the trunk he's got, and he pulls out a pretty sweet axe.
That's
like
right.
a utility axe. Not even
it was like a tactical.
Yeah, tactical axe. Yeah,
right.
Which is fun to say. Tactical axe.
So the guy breaks. The guy is in. He's like kind of snooping around, and then Mikey.
How did he not hit him?
That's what I was gonna say. You have the axe is coming down on the guy, and the guy's like just there, and he doesn't hit him with the axe.
Yeah.
How do you not hit him with an axe?
He like grazes him in the arm.
Right. Like you should have hit him like in the back. Like it made no sense. And I'm thinking that you got a Glock, I'm sure, in that trunk too. Why go for the axe when you have a gun?
Well, and we know he has a flashbang.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I'm sure he had so much other stuff, but the axe. That was the go-to.
And my axe.
Yeah, and my axe.
There you go.
So yeah, and then Mikey's taking care of the guy. He's doing a good job. Another guy comes in.
Yeah,
Right.
Another burglar.
And that's when he's able to they're able to subdue Mikey, and they're like, "Where's the coke?" And Mikey's like, "In the fridge."
In the vegetable crisper.
No. At the
he first has the fridge.
In the fridge, and then they're like, "Oh, stop being a smart ass," and they hit him again. He's like, "This time, tell us." He's like, "In the crisper."
Well, he's like, "Oh, give me some crayons, I'll draw you a map."
Yeah.
And they don't really respond to that. He's like, "It's at the crisper."
Yeah. Guy goes in there, grabs it. Then that's all I wanted. They're like, "We're out of here." They run out. Mikey follows.
So it was coke, right? Like
It was coke.
yeah. But like, it seemed like it's in like a really big bag.
I couldn't tell what it was really in. It was very strange.
Yeah, like it almost looked like the pre-made salad you get from like Jewel or whatever. It looked like it's like that bag.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, it makes sense why it was in the crisper.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. True. He recognizes the car.
He recognized the car, which is probably not the best getaway car. It's like, hey, let's get my fucking 75 Trans Am, or I forget whatever the fucking car was.
Right.
yeah, I think it was Firebird or something.
Yeah. He's like, I'll recognize the car. He's like, where's the coke?
Yeah, well, he goes to the guy's house. Remember he yelled? He's like, you wouldn't think I'd recognize you 4 years ago. We were on the same softball team. And I was like, what? Okay.
But that guy didn't have the coke.
No. He was just told to steal it from him.
Right.
Because someone, I guess whoever he answers to, does the coke in the area, and he didn't want extra stuff on his turf.
Yes.
So what did he stolen?
So what, did he steal it and then give it to someone else right away?
I think he just gave it to his boss.
Right.
Who's his boss?
Is it Eddie? Or no, it's the other guy.
I have no idea.
The other guy. The meth head. The meth guy. Methy Eddie or Rusty, right? No. Rusty? No.
Christy, Chelsea, Luca.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't know. It's some other guy. Whatever.
Moving on.
So then, so then the next scene is where they're at JP's like,
Whoop. Before that, it's kind of made me upset. So this is where at JP's house.
Yes.
And they're talking about something, and his wife's in the bathtub.
Yes.
The part?
Yeah.
And he gets in like with his clothes on.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
With his jeans.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking,
it's a bit much.
dude, that's stupid. You're an idiot. Your jeans are gonna get wet. Have you ever taken wet jeans off? It's a pain in the
terrible.
ass.
Yeah.
So that guy's a moron.
Didn't you even say like, "Oh, your clothes are on"?
Yeah. And he was like, hoo. Whatever. I don't care. It's stupid. Sorry, that was my anger.
No, you're right. So that's the 4th of July
Yes.
party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is just like
Lots of
him,
American
his
flags.
wife, and then
JP's
his
wife.
wife, and then the daughter Alexa.
His brother is the brother's daughter and his brother's ex-wife.
Right. And they are bickering.
They like hardcore bickering,
Yes.
not just like little bits here. Like they're really going at each other, saying some stuff in front of their daughter.
Right, like
that
you
was
slut.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, very strange. And then where does it go from there?
Well, and then this is where they find out that Mikey used the 10 because JP lent Mikey $10,000.
Yeah.
And then
And that was supposed to be for rent?
Yeah, just to help him out, basically. Rent to help him out, to help him live, to get back
and
on
then
his feet.
he used that 10K to flip coke.
To make 20 grand.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
See, this is where I have written Mikey he just brings it on himself. If he would just worked with his brother, none of this would
the
happen.
construction company?
None of this would happen.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, I can't, the stupid loopholes like that are just like plot points that just don't make sense happen in movies. I'm just like, okay, shut off. Angers me.
So
Arsenal, but not good.
so Mikey meets Eddie, Nick Cage's character, at a bar / strip club.
If I had to guess, it was the same strip club from Deadfall because I want it to be.
Okay.
Yes. And this is the first time we've seen Nick Cage, isn't it? Besides the beginning,
right?
Which was not even 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's very short.
So if you think about it, it took a bit to finally get some Nick Cage.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And even then, it was like not really. I don't know. I was hoping for
there's not a lot of Nick Cage until like kind of towards the end.
right. Yeah.
Which is disappointing.
But like even during the meeting with Mikey and Eddie, you can tell like Nick Cage is just like tired.
Yeah.
He's just like it's just like the Eddie. It's just like the Eddie character, but just like turned down.
Yeah.
You
He's like,
know?
oh, I'm here for another paycheck. The kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And he has like a 6-figure like proposal for him.
Yeah.
And I forget what the exact like details of the 6-figure.
Basically, what Nick Cage is going to do, he's going to kidnap, pretend to kidnap Mikey.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're going to extort money from JP,
right?
Who's got whatever
money, presumably.
Yeah. So that's when they ask for $350,000.
Right.
And so that's when the next day, that's when JP gets a phone call from a robot.
Unknown number.
Yeah. And it's like, hey, and it started off as like, we kidnapped your brother, give us this money. And this is what JP's thinking it's a joke.
Right.
Like, very funny, Mikey, you know, but he's coming to realize, hey, you know, my brother has been kidnapped. That's what he's thinking. He's thinking his brother's kidnapped. He's like, oh crap. That's when he starts talking to John Cusack more. And John Cusack is like, you know what? Let me see what I can do for you. Type thing. So,
yeah, this is where I found John Cusack was a cop.
Yeah. He also has a vape.
That was.
I don't know what the problem is.
Like, that's probably something that he does, like, in real life, and he was just too lazy not to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
It seemed like this movie had a lot of stuff like that. Where people are just
Especially
kind of
with
too
John
lazy.
Cusack.
Yeah.
Like he just
It seemed like that could have been just his regular clothes.
probably.
Kind of rolled up.
Actually,
This is what I wear every day.
So then why do they go to Mikey's? Oh, because they're looking for Mikey.
Yeah, they're just looking for Mikey. And
but they encounter that like
The guy.
dude.
Breaking in.
The meth head or whatever.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm just a friend of Mikey's.
Yeah.
And the guy,
He's like, well, if you're a friend, why are you breaking in?
Right. He's like, oh, you're looking for the coke?
Yeah.
And the guy, you could tell the guy was like, oh, no, like that's what he really wanted. But he's like, oh, no. And then they kind of let him go. So was there a reason for him to break in?
He's probably looking for the coke.
But did it need to be in the movie? Did it need to be in the movie?
No.
Length.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, and then So that, yeah.
I know. It's hard to follow.
I felt like this movie could have been like half the length,
Right.
And probably
Right.
been better,
Right.
if anything.
Yeah.
Because then the next day, they're outside JP's house, and he goes to the mailbox, and he finds the Polaroid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it shows like Mikey all beat up, and it says 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they go to Rusty's.
I don't remember who Rusty was.
He was the redheaded.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because
This
John
is-
Cusack was like,
Yeah, this is what
fun
I'm just
lead.
I'm like, how does JP turn from a construction company owner to like a badass? He's got the gun in Rusty's face.
Right.
You know, he's like doing all this. It's just like, and he was like, he turned into an action hero. So you're like from a construction guy to an action hero. It didn't give you anything like he was in the army in this past. Like there was nothing. It's like, why should this guy be so great at this stuff? It's just stupid.
Yeah, because then they go to Eddie's.
I'm just complaining out of nowhere.
This movie
Eddie's.
deserves it.
And John Cusack starts talking to Rusty. I'm sorry, they go to Rusty's. John Cusack's like, yeah, have you seen fucking Mikey?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no.
Yeah.
And then JP's like, Mikey's my brother. He's like, oh!
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
he starts running.
I loved this part.
Really?
Well, because they're running through houses.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah,
the part where they run through a house and this huge guy, it's not huge, but this big guy sitting on a chair, he's like, what the fuck? It's just he says it like really weird.
Well, and something like John Cusack is a very slow runner. Like, I don't know if you know, he's just like,
He was pretty out of shape.
Was it Valley Girl? Where there was another chase where it's going through people's homes?
Yes. Yeah, that was
Okay.
Valley Girl too. Yeah.
in Jingle All the Way, when Arnold blasts through the house, what's that little girl
I haven't
say?
seen that in, I don't know. I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, I don't remember
Was
offhand.
it like, who dat? Or was it something like that? Whoa! Or something like that. I don't know. I was just kind of hoping for something like that.
that would
but,
be great.
Anyways, Jingle All the Way. But does it turn out the guy knows anything?
I think all
Rusty?
he knows was like all we were told was to steal the coke and give it to blah blah blah. He's like, I don't know anything besides that.
Right.
And JP's like, you're lying. He's got the gun in his face. And meanwhile, a cop next to him was like, this is fine.
Yeah.
This is no problem. So so he's like finally realizes.
Oh wait, but doesn't he say something about where he saw Eddie and Mikey
Yes.
at the strip club
Yeah,
place?
yeah. He's like last time I saw him, he
Right.
was at the strip club place with Eddie.
Right.
That's where they get that lead. That's right.
Yeah, because then they go there and then they walk in and the one lady's walking out. They're like, hey, what were you doing on this night?
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. I didn't get here. I didn't leave until so-and-so time.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden she's like, well, I left at 12, but then I saw it's just out of nowhere.
Yeah,
She all of a sudden brings up Eddie, Nick Cage's character, for no fucking reason.
no reason.
I'm like, all right, that kind of seemed out of place.
Yeah.
So then, they find out. So they're finding out more that Eddie and Mikey, there's some sort of tie going on there.
Right.
And then this is where you see more of John Cusack vaping. But then, how? Because it goes back to Eddie. I can't remember what the fucking context is, but what I don't get is because in Deadfall, Eddie's like this stooge character. He's just kind of like this bubbly
Over the top.
Right.
And
Yeah.
here-
But in this
and
one,
here-
he's like a kingpin.
Right.
Like the super well-respected guy.
Yeah, the only like mob type in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very like well connected. Well, the only thing I could think of is that he survived in Deadfall and just gained more of a reputation.
So then I think JP finds Alexa. Because Alexa's like missing. And they're like, she's running off with that meth head guy.
Well, no, yeah, and because she got kidnapped too. Which
Not
later
yet.
Oh, that's right. Later on, this is when she gets rescued. No,
From the OD?
OD
Or
from the dude that remember the guy hit her.
Yes.
It all just like
It
runs
blurs
together.
Oh, wait, I remember I wrote a note about
Because
that.
I wrote Mikey finally does a good, then gets something. I don't even remember.
Because when that, are we talking about the part where he's like, smoke it? Like,
Yeah. She's like, no.
do it.
Yeah.
I think that was the first use of like the super slow mo.
Yes.
Which the first of many.
Yeah.
And it was at that scene where JP comes through the door.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. JP. Yeah.
'Cause they used super slow motion for like him walking through the
Yes,
door.
I was like,
that's
that
weird.
was stupid. And he's like, you don't hit my niece or something
Yeah.
like that. He goes off and he hits the guy, and then she jumps on JP's back. It's like, no, don't kill him. To the guy that just hit her, which I always hate. That's so stupid.
And then
Somebody hit me, I would be like, oh no, don't save that guy.
Right.
Like, no, get him. He hit me.
Get him.
Yeah, get him.
So then I think it cuts to where it's Eddie and his brother, Macho Man. They're in the plastic room with Mikey.
That might be.
Round and pound technique wouldn't do that damage. Oh wait, because does Eddie start beating up his brother?
Yeah, well, I just say I have not sure what Nick Cage is saying because he just started because somehow he got away from his brother. He didn't run, but he was able to turn the tables on his brother, and I don't remember how. But then he ends up and he starts pounding on his brother.
Super slow.
Super slow. Blood is just flying.
Well, and his fist must have been made out of cement or something.
Yeah,
He's just
hammering.
hammering.
See, ground and pound technique wouldn't do that damage.
Yeah.
Because there's like blood again, slow mo. Blood is everywhere. At one point, he like punches him, and then it cuts to like a boombox. It looks like someone just like dumped a bucket of blood on it.
It's way too much blood. Made no sense.
But then it flashes back to that initial meeting between Eddie and Mikey, and it shows that Mikey refused the deal with Eddie, saying like, "Oh no, I'm trying to do better now," and stuff like that.
And then you see Eddie. You can be like, he's like, when Mikey starts walking away, and he's like being serious, like, "No, come back. Like, this is easy money. Why are you doing this?" So it shows that Eddie's like wants to. Like, I don't. He's a bad person.
Who?
Eddie.
Yes.
Nick Cage is a bad person, but they do show points throughout Deadfall and this of him being like not nice, but willing to work because money is more important to him than having to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
So you see that here, which I was like, okay, that was acting by Nick Cage, which good for you, man. So I was very proud of him. I'm very proud of you, Nick Cage.
So after Mikey refuses the deal, he has henchmen like start beating him up, and like the one guy's got the brass knuckles on.
Yeah.
It's another super slow scene.
Right.
And it just like it's very unnecessary.
And at one point he punches him, and like the shot is like him like his like head like whipping and like blood coming out of his mouth, but it just looks like strawberry jam.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just like, I'd put that on toast.
And isn't
he goes back to the plastic tent.
Okay.
And it's like Eddie he's like reading the letter. It's like a letter to his brother or something.
Yes. He's like, why did you have to do this? We grew up together. You know, we used to we ran a con. No carjacking. Did the carjacking, and he's like, then the cops came. I got busted, but I never gave you up. So I did the 3 years, and I came back, and you said my money would be there, and it wasn't. You started something without me, type thing. So it was,
because isn't it like where like Eddie's trying to like rationalize like like something about like the relationship with brothers, like
something like that.
Yeah, he's not understanding why Mikey and JP
why they're so loyal,
to each other when his brother will sell him for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get. So he
is this when he goes after Alexa?
No, well, so then he has Mikey call Eddie, right?
Does Mikey call Eddie?
After Eddie. No, Eddie has Mikey call JP.
Yes.
So yeah. because he wants him to like essentially like, hey, pay the money or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's basically Eddie is proving to JP that he actually has Mikey.
Well, yeah, I thought JP's like, I want to talk to him. You're not going to get the money unless I hear his voice. And that's when they he's like, I'll call you back.
Right,
And
then he says something like, oh, and like when this is all over, like we'll play
video games.
Yeah.
And then Nick Cage says the line, video games. I always knew you were a pussy.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So the whole time this is going on, like Mikey's like kind of like cutting away at the rope.
Yeah.
He got like a screw loose from the chair or something. He's able to cut
is that where he got it?
Yeah.
So he escapes, but then gets recaptured.
Yeah. Well, he's like kind of sneaking through the plastic and like moving around, and then they see the dude. Did he have the cornrows in his hair?
The brass knuckle guy.
He's that guy, and the guy's like, "Whoa, what are you doing out?" Like that thing, and the guy and then Mike starts punching him with a screw between his fingers.
Yeah,
and he gets like, I'm like,
like what a few,
right in the fucking jugular.
Yeah, like 15 hits, and somehow he's able to subdue Mikey, the guy. Yeah, and
he's hits him with the gun.
Yeah, okay, and he's so whatever. Cornrows is calling or Nick Cage, and he's like, "Oh, he got from the chair, but don't worry, I got him." But he stabbed me with a screw. I'm bleeding pretty bad here. And he's standing there like he's talking on the phone to like his grandma, like nothing's wrong with him.
Right.
You see no blood. You see no holes in his shirt. You don't see anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, that screw was like, would you say 3 inches?
That's pretty long.
Maybe more like 2.5, but yeah.
Well, I know getting stabbed with like a screw that
doesn't feel good. Might have tetanus.
Well, damn right.
Yeah.
So, but they just show no pain. Even like the scenes later, he showed there was nothing wrong with them. It was very stupid.
So, well, then after that whole fiasco, Eddie is just like, oh, we got to escalate this, and decides to capture Alexa.
Yeah. Oh, I don't understand why.
Because he wants to escalate it.
That's just another family member, I guess.
But I didn't understand the reasoning behind it. Like there was no reasoning. Like why kidnap her?
He wanted to escalate it.
You're right.
So then they managed to capture her, and Eddie meets
because they used the guy that hit her,
the meth guy.
Yeah, remember? Because she leaves the house again and gets in the same guy's car that she got rescued from, and that's where Cornrow's in the back seat. He's like, "Gotcha!" Exactly how it happened.
Yeah.
So she screams, and then they go. I don't care about her.
So then Eddie meets with JP for lunch at this Mexican restaurant, and then he's like, oh, when's the last time you've seen your niece?
Yes.
He's like, why are you asking that? He's like, I'm just asking,
Yeah, because JP knows that Eddie took Mikey. At this point.
Yep.
That's why John Cusack, like before this, was like don't go to this, but when you go to this, he can't hurt you, but you can't hurt him.
Right.
Because they're that kind of thing. Exactly. Yeah. So that's like you said. Now that's when they start talking.
Yeah. He's like, oh, do you know where Alexa's whereabouts are? He's like, whoa, what?
And during the scene, Nicolas Cage is doing eye drops for some reason, and they don't explain that. Or
dry eye,
he has
man.
a high-powered interview or something. I don't know. So JP's like, I gotta find Alexa. So then he goes back. So then he goes to Vicky.
Right before that, so that JP and Eddie have their conversation. When they're done with their conversation, Nicolas Cage, he stands up and he goes, "Lunch is on me." But at the table, JP didn't get anything.
Right.
And Eddie just got a single drink. So he's basically saying the one drink, that's on me.
He's like, not very hungry, but lunch is on me. And throws it. He's like, oh, okay, well, if I would have just took the money if I was JP.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Gas money. Yeah.
Seriously.
So then JP goes to Vicky's.
That's Alexa's mom.
Right.
To see if she's there.
And he busts in there to find out that she's OD'd.
Yeah, pills.
Yeah. Yes, because she's distraught.
Right.
That Alexa's missing.
Right.
Yes. And then.
Well, because when they're on her and like you see that she's laying there, he's trying to wake her up, and they pan to the floor.
Right.
And there's a bunch of Polaroids of her daughter, and it says like don't whatever, like don't call the police or something,
Yeah, right.
written on the Polaroids. So, and then you see the next point, you see JP carrying her into his house.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of putting her on a couch or something, it puts her right on the dinner table.
Yeah, right on the,
Yep.
oh, of course.
And he makes her puke. And
I just
that was gross.
slapping her gently on her cheek.
Oh, he fingers right in the mouth.
yeah.
Yeah, he does. Oh, I don't know. I just
It's
remember
like-
him like slapping her gently a lot.
They didn't show him like shoving his hand, like his whole hand
Yeah,
down.
they,
her
they kind of did.
Oh, really?
It's like this
Yeah.
really
Fingers in the mouth.
chunky.
I was gagging. I can't take that stuff. That's sick.
Right.
And it was, pills, but they were all like goopy.
Yeah.
And just like, oh, no, thank you.
Yeah, it was lots of vomit. Lots of vomit.
Yeah, I didn't like it one bit.
And then he's like, oh, I'm going to go fucking find Mikey.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the opening shot, like where the movie opened with.
Yes.
Where he's like kind of standing by the pier with a gun and something.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
people wonder why I love my brother or why, whatever. So then he goes to like the plastic tent and he finds him.
How?
I don't know.
How did he just walk in and find his brother? It's like he went to a random place and just walked in and was like, oh, there you are.
Well, and what was
There
the
you are,
clue?
Peter.
Because Mikey gave the clue about going to the arcade. How did that?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't
Okay.
know. The only thing I think of is that's where like the base of operations for Eddie was when he was a kid, when they were kids. That's the only thing I could think of.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, what would be like? There was nothing in the movie that said, "Hey, go here." Because why wouldn't he have just gone there
Yeah.
days before?
Yeah.
You know, he just walks in.
But he like after he finds him, he's like, Mikey's is like, he's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, it's my turn to protect you, big bro. And I'm like, oh.
And it was said super corny and cheesy.
Yeah, it was
like,
pretty
"You're a
bad.
big bro." It was like, oh no.
So then
And the thing is, they never left that area though. They went through more plastic and then ended up finding. So there was no one watching Mikey.
Oh, yeah.
No one. He just rescued his brother and then gave him a gun. Come on, back me up. Let's go get your daughter. And he doesn't even know his daughter's kidnapped. It just it just made no sense.
But so then Eddie shows up during the whole thing, and he meets up with Eddie, and he's like got the suitcase full of money, right?
Yes. That's right. Yeah.
And he's like there it is right there, and then this is how we know he didn't sell the flashbang.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Because Nicolas Cage opens the suitcase.
Yeah.
No, doesn't Cornrows open it?
It was cornrows.
Oh, Cornrows opens it.
Yeah.
And Nick Cage is right there. But
Right.
Yeah. And then boom.
And the flashbang goes off, and then it's all slow-mo from here.
So much slow-mo.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
So, like, if it was, like, action shots in slow-mo, okay, I kind of understand, but they even, like, show, like, bullets missing in slow-mo.
Did you see the part when JP was like holding his hand over his eyes during the flashbang? That was in slow-mo.
Yes.
So he's like, for those of you listening, I'm just moving very slowly.
But then also, like, during the whole slow-mo thing, it's like the sound effects are really bad. I equated it to someone making spaghetti.
Yes. The best part was the guy getting shot in the ding-ding.
Yes.
Yes, the shotgun. You saw like all the shotgun pellets go right in his
very
crotch.
concentrated.
Yeah. And I was like, oh man, he's gonna have a bad day.
Wait. And then,
At this point, I wrote the note of how much shorter would this movie be without slow motion?
Yeah, and I have slow motion not needed.
Yeah.
At all.
how does he kill Eddie?
So everyone is pretty much dead, and it's just JP and Mikey, and they shoot him.
Yeah. They
just
basically
shoot him.
Oh, okay.
They shoot him with handguns at first, and then they make it seem like the final blow is a shotgun.
There's a shotgun. I think it was JP that got him or something.
think so.
Yeah, the final blow, shotgun, boom, and then everyone's in happy time picnic.
At the barbecue,
Yeah.
And then
He's doing the ribs, and he's like, "Someone help me over here."
Well, Alexa's like, He's like, you're a fucking vegetarian. He's like, not anymore. Like, I don't know
You
if
got
she
to
said
be
that.
kidnapped to become. You
Right.
got to eat meat. So if you ever want to eat meat, just become kidnapped. You'll no longer be a vegetarian.
Fucking A.
That's how it works.
But yeah, and they're like, oh, where's Mikey? And then he's by the baseball field.
Yeah. Mikey kind of walks away from the whole thing, and everyone's getting along. Remember
Yes.
the first picnic? Everyone's at each other's throats. This one, everyone loves each other now because
Right.
of the ordeal they went through. So they go to the baseball field.
And then credits.
Yep.
The credits are kind of abrupt in this one,
Yeah,
too.
it's like, I love you, big bro. I love you, little bro.
It's a train with a home run.
Credits. Carousel. And that's the movie. Brandan, would you recommend it?
No. I wouldn't recommend this. Right after I finished watching it, I was like, that wasn't that bad. Just because it had just action stuff. I was like, oh, that's cool. The slow-mo was stupid, but it was just like, it was whatever. You'll get lost at certain points watching this. The plot that doesn't stick together. They add other subplot points that go nowhere, so it confuses you more of what's going on. One Nick Cage freak out from what I counted. Maybe two.
Oh yeah, there weren't many.
He had one.
Like after you sniff some coke or something, right?
After he sniffed the coke, and I think he had one with his brother. When he was killing his brother or after he killed his brother. But even then it wasn't too much. So like if you want to if your reasoning to watch Nick Cage movies is because of the freakouts, don't even bother with this one.
Right.
I agree.
And it's not even a good action movie. I understand the plot they had. It was a decent plot for a movie. It could have been. Well, yeah, because I take everybody out of it and just look at the plot, what they wanted to do. What they wanted to do had something there, but they just didn't do it well.
I feel like so much of the movie was Nicolas Cage being like, I have your brother, and JP's like, oh, I'm okay, and then I don't know. I just feel like that's so much of the movie. Cut to his brother in the plastic, and then Nicolas Cage on the phone, JP on the phone, brother in the plastic. They kept doing that loop a lot.
And it had just little bits of talking to John Cusack, talking to the informant.
I have your brother.
Even that, even that was a few minutes here and there.
Yeah.
So it didn't go anywhere. Yeah.
Do you recommend it?
No, God no.
Yeah, I don't either.
Both of these were hard to watch.
Right.
And it's funny because I've written down here, why is the IMDb rating so low? Because I wrote that right after it, and I didn't really give it a chance to sink in because I'm just like, okay, that wasn't. But then after thinking about it, and I'm just like, I shouldn't have written that. It was
3.9.
3.9, I believe,
on IMDb. 3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
And what? Deadfall was a 0?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they went up 3%.
Yeah.
And then we couldn't find
Can't find budget.
I'd say they didn't make anything on this.
Budget was 10 million. We can't find the box office.
Okay.
But interesting that Deadfall was made for 10 million. Arsenal was made for 10 million. But Arsenal looks way better.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Just because it's got the new technology.
Yeah,
right.
The blood was way over the top.
Yes.
Well, like I said, it looks like Strawberry Jam at one point. But
just way too much. Well, that's why I say it could have been good if they would have fixed just some key stuff. A lot of key stuff. But
all the key stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. So there it is.
But I do recommend the best beer, Dark Lord beer.
Yeah, if you can get your hands on Dark Lord beer, which I doubt you'll be able to.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's good.
It was. I can't really what there was something that I can't place a flavor in there.
Happy.
I'd say happy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very tasty.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah. The best beer. Next podcast just grunts. Just
what's next week's?
Before I go into next week's, one thing that I keep forgetting that IMDb does that kind of makes me chuckle is they'll have plot keywords. So for Arsenal, it's torture, selling guns, baseball bat, baseball, brother relationship.
The brother one's probably the only thing that makes sense for this movie because none of the other stuff makes sense. Baseball.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of torture, like the
Listen,
brass
dude,
knuckles and stuff.
when they he gives him the
you're looking for a
mowing
baseball
lawn
movie-
business. He gives him the mowing lawn business by the baseball field. When he comes back into town, they play baseball. They meet the meathead at the baseball game.
But if you want a baseball
it
movie,
ends
you're not
at
going
a
to watch
baseball
this.
field.
You're not going to watch this.
I'm gonna filibuster this shit. Mr. President.
League of Their Own, Field of Dreams, Arsenal. It makes sense.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
It's all a curveball.
Oh, didn't. That's all
I thought they were doing the Terminator theme.
Next movie is
Is this Amos or what is it?
yes, Amos and Andrew,
I'm Amos and Andrew.
I don't even know what that one's about.
starring Nicolas
Yeah.
Cage and Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, shit.
Parodies that of the sitcom Amos and Andy. Film concerns wealthy African American playwright Jackson. I don't know.
What year's that?
93.
All right. Well, we'll see you all back in time. Man, if Huey Lewis could be our theme song, that'd be.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Gonna go back in time. It's going deaf, so.
Or just do like, some other Huey Lewis song, like Happy to Be Stuck with You or something like that, or Hip to Be Square. But we can't afford the rights to those.
No, not at all.
Yeah, thanks, Huey. Thinks he's so great with his music.
No, he's kind of like it's like Huey Lewis. It's always like one, kind of like Sting, It's just like Huey. All right, then this episode. We will see you all next week.
Bibbidi boop boop.
Hey, this is Brian.
Chris.
Brandon, if you're watching us on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hit it. You will see us. You will like us. You will listen. You will watch.
This got really aggressive. And we hope to see you then. Bye-bye.